My name is Madeline and I'm your wine club coordinator, and I'm here with our winemaker Brian Maloney, and we're going to taste through the wines in your November wine club shipment. And starting off, we're going to talk about the 2010 OFS Pinot Noir.
So the OFS Pinot Noir is always a fan favorite at Deloche Vineyards. The OFS story goes back several decades now. I'm sure some of you know what it officially stands for, which is our finest selection. And a couple of you know what it originally stood for, which we'll just skip over for this rated PG version of wine tasting. Anyways, it's a selection wine where we go through, we taste through all our vineyard designates, select out the very best. This is coming from mostly Pinot Noir grown in the Sebastopol area, as well as a little bit coming off our own estate site. Each individual wine is fermented separately, and then we select out over the summer the barrels that'll go into the OFS. We rack them together and then put them back down for about another 4 months. It's about 14 months total in bottle. The 2010 vintage is one of those larger than life years where you just have a lot of richness and a lot of ripeness and just beautiful fruit characteristics. And this wine in particular just has that classic Pinot nose of, those dusty red fruits and just a little bit of something that someone might call some raspberry jam. Something I like in a warmer year for sure with Pinot Noir.
The next wine in your wine club shipment is going to be the 2010 Pinocchio Vineyard Pinot Noir, and this is one of my personal favorites, and I think yours too, Brian.
Yeah, no, I really love the Pinocchio Vineyard. It's a great site located off of Bloomfield Road. Farmed expertly by Joe Pinocchio, a longtime farmer in the area, and just one of those places where you can see the farmer's passion really go into the land itself, and the resulting quality of the wine being quite high, and in fact one of our favorites at the winery. Just a really dense, beautiful Pinot Noir, really layered, lots of textures to this wine, lots of complexity in its flavor profile, from the small dark fruits to more savory aromatics and flavors that come out of it. Just a really pretty wine.
What foods would you pair with this, Brian?
Oh, that's always a difficult question with Pinot Noir. It's one of those wines that, just kind of depends on your mood, what you want to match it with, but you could go anywhere from, those darker fleshed seafoods like salmon and tuna to, I think this would go nice with a nice rack of lamb.
The next wine in the shipment is our 2010 Marin Crest Pinot Noir. What do you think about this wine, Brian?
Well, it's a very special wine. It's from some select small vineyards that we work with down in Marin County, all ridgetop sites, so hence the name Marin Crest. All these sites kind of suffer and also enjoy the coldness that is growing grapes in Marin County. This can make years like 2010 especially challenging, since it was such a cool summer up until the very end that those grapes, really, they don't expand much. They're just tiny little shot berries almost, and you've got to be careful when you're working with grapes like that. They're very sensitive to extremes within the winery itself, how you do fermentation, how we extract out those tannins. So we take a really gentle hand and a very severe selection on these grapes when they come into the winery. They go across our sorting table, making sure only the very best, those tiny little black pearls, come across and go into the fermenter. And I think it ends up with a wine like this with a silky, seductive texture to it that just really caresses the mouth. Aromatically, these are some of the most complex wines we make because they're not that classic, fruit characteristic that we look for in Pinot Noir sometimes, but more of the savory side of things, the leathers, the rose petals, elements like that. Makes it a little bit more elusive to describe, but definitely one wine that is really rewards those who want to pop a bottle of it. Not a lot of it made. Hope you guys enjoy. Cheers.